Okay, and try this again. Now I have it set as private, so if anybody pops up in here watching it, that will be surprising. Anyway, the purpose of this video is I've come into another situation with toxic people. This one I nailed dead to rights, but I want to go through it and dissect it for you and for people that don't understand toxic behavior and go through piece by piece and explain what's happening, um, and what maybe their motive or agenda is. And still trying to get this working correctly with the screen share stuff. It has to be an open window to do it. Learn something new every day. So let's see here. I should be sharing at this point. Yep, it looks like I am. Well, since it's private, I don't want to do the whole video to find out that it's not working though. That's going to be kind of pissy. All right, here we go. It is working. So this is the beginning of the conversation. I'm gonna just go through it. Marked out all the names for privacy. Blah 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 blah. Hey Nick, X. X is just an individual that had wanted to give other people some presents and gifts. Nice enough, right? X did not have enough time to meet them all individually, but they did have time to meet me as I was close by, and left stuff with me for these individuals. I gladly said, "Yeah, sure, I'll give it to them," not thinking that all this nonsense would happen. Anyway, hey Nick, X texted me that she left stuff for the kids. Kid has been looking forward to it for a couple weeks now. Can you pick it up this afternoon? I leave to pick up the kid at 2:15, and we're usually on the way back by 3:10. Then we have to go back to school at 7 or 5 to 7:30. Now, this was texted originally. You can't see the time there. Disregard the upper time. That's just when I screenshotted it. And it was like 8 in the morning. I didn't see it till around 3:05 probably. I'll be back in like an hour. So what time are we talking about? Conversation's going pretty normal. Just scheduling for you to come by and pick up the stuff that X wants you to have. What time are we talking about? I'll come by then, this person says. Well, I did not know if I was going to be back exactly in an hour, as I was on a job, and who knows how long it could take. It could go over, which of course it did. So, knowing that it might go over, I'll let you know when I get back and can leave it for you. I'll be heading it back out shortly after, i.e., wait for my go ahead before you swing by. I.e., wait for me to let you know that I'm here or that I've left it before you come by. I think that's pretty effing clear. If I'm not, by all means, let me know. Maybe you could just drop it off at ours then, which means maybe you can just drop it off at my place. And you'll see how that comes into play later. I'm working, I'm out doing my stuff. I can't, drop what I'm doing to come drop off stuff at your place. Um, you know, it's for your benefit. Just come pick it up. It gets more interesting later. So anyway, that I think so. She acknowledges the fact here that I said wait for my go ahead before you swing by. That fact is acknowledged in the maybe you could just drop it off at our place then, as this is an alternate option then. So it's acknowledged that acknowledged here that I said, do not come by without me saying so. Anyway, get caught up on the job. I'm working. I'm greasy. I'm in an engine bay. I'm under a car. Whatever. Hello at 5 o'clock. Pissy that I did not respond. Apparently on their time frame that they wanted. Let's see. I got it mixed up here. Here we go. Here's the next one. So let me move already. Good Lord, child. Disregard all that. Disregard. Why is this being so complicated? It would have worked a lot better if I had done it the way I wanted to, but it did not want to let me do that. So anyway, left off where this person says, hello. I got caught up, sorry. What time do you drop kids off at school? Maybe swing by after that tomorrow morning, which at this point, our conversation had still been, you're coming to pick stuff up. You suggested porch. I did not agree to that. Sure, and this is where that is recognized. Sure, but it might be a lot easier if you could just leave it on our porch. Then you can do what you want without messing up your schedule. I like how they're telling me what I can do. Otherwise, I will be there at 7:45 a.m. Okay, notice this part. Otherwise, I will be there at 7:45 a.m. Otherwise, I will be at your place to pick up the junk that X left for me at 7:45 a.m. Am I the only one that sees that happening there? She would like to believe so. Yeah, that's a plan. I'll be working all day. It'll be out there, i.e., your stuff will be out there. Come pick it up. And then she abruptly says, no, basically, our porch. But thanks for being helpful. Starting up the shit. There at no point did I agree, your porch. This has not happened. Nope, I will leave it at my door. You can come pick it up here. That's basically setting the boundary with a toxic person. Look, this is what's going to happen. I have it. I will leave it outside for you. All you have to do is come by in the morning and pick it up. It is nicely laid outside for you. Now, this is not to even go into the fact that this person lives a quarter mile away, which will come up later. Good God. It already hurts my brain. You can come pick it up. Let's see why that's. Okay, so you can come pick it up here. And then they say, sure, sending, let's call this person Y. Person Y now. I'm not home. I said tomorrow morning. So out with this whole discussion, I don't know where their disconnect is. Wow, so nice of you to go out of your way. Obviously, they're being very sarcastic there and starting shit. Typical toxic behavior. So, of course, at this point, I'm annoyed, and I don't like to put up with shit. So, we're going to have a little bit of fun with it. You're welcome. I did that basically, pulling the favor and being nice. I did that when I went to get it all from person X, 20 miles out of my way, and I meant to say can't there. That was a little typo. And you can't go a quarter of a mile, question mark. You're too lazy to go to a quarter mile just to come pick the shit up, but yet you expect me to bring it to you after I've already gone to pick it up way out in the middle of nowhere. Seriously, ridiculous. Never told she was there. Otherwise, I would have gone myself. Nothing to do with me. And I'm sure you didn't go for me. I guess that's just a jab of implying that I went for some alternative motive. Seriously, ridiculous. So being a smart ass there. And then here we go. Yeah, such a smart ass because I have a schedule and I'm not a delivery boy. Here we are setting boundaries for everyone. I don't know what world y'all live in. Same, too big of a problem to go across the street. Got it. So here's where we get some fun. This is the classic projection, saying that I'm too lazy to go across the street a quarter of a mile to deliver it to her. Even though countless times I've discussed here that I'm fucking busy. I am working. I can't drop what I'm doing to do what you want me to do. Oh, God. So you see that smart assness in there. Of course, I responded to that, the glorious hypocrisy of that statement. That was just classic fucking projection right there. You're too lazy to bring it across the street. What is that saying about you? You're too lazy to go across the street and just simply pick it up when I'm actually available. It's this funny thing where people have to be available for you to come and pick shit up or for you to get them to do stuff. You know, if you call the doctor, you don't tell the doctor when you're coming. They set up a fucking appointment with you. That's how businesses work. That's how everything works. I don't call somebody and expect them to drop everything they're doing for me right away. The ridiculousness of that. So here's where we get really interesting. I was there earlier. And for future reference, please don't accept anything from X on my behalf. Called and told him that. Thanks, which is fine by me because after this ordeal, I'm never fucking doing you a favor again. I was there earlier is the key part of this. So remember a couple slides ago when I said, i.e., wait for my go ahead before you come by. She is running under the assumption, and I honestly don't know that it's true. I honestly don't believe this. She's making it up and twisting the story. That she came by when I said an hour, even though I explicitly said don't come by. Remember that? And sat here for an hour, and I wasn't here, and how angry she got. So she called person X, the giver of all these little gifts and items, and tells person X about what a piece of shit I am, that I told her I would be here, and she came and sat for an hour, and poor me, I'm such a victim, and Nick is a giant asshole. This is what she told person X. Now, as you and I both know from the previous screens, explicitly I told her not to come unless I gave her the go ahead, so that wouldn't happen because I was working. This is where it all starts. So this is where the web starts to twist. And what you really see here is this individual was so lazy that they couldn't come pick it up. Number one, I'd already gone well out of my way to pick the stuff up and be nice to give it, to transfer it to them, when I could. I set realistic expectations of, you know, yes, I have it. You can come get it. I'll leave it outside. Of course, I have to be home in order for that to happen, or I have to leave it out before I go to work. Um, there's been no unreasonable expectation on my part. Everything that's been asked has been more than fair. And here we go with the attitude and the beginning of the twisting the web, where this individual is now starting to start issues with person X and calling, basically smear campaigning me, just simply because she didn't get what she wanted the way she wanted it. What she wanted was me to bend over backwards and, bow to her need and, basically be a little errand boy and do exactly what she wanted. And when she wasn't getting that and she was reaching firm and reasonable boundaries, let's go ahead and start the shit. So let's go on to the next slide. Obviously, I started talking here. Heaven forbid other people have a schedule. God, how dare I be at work and not be able to, you know, bring this shit outside my apartment magically. So that conversation goes on. I didn't want to do it all because I feel like that's kind of a waste of time, and it gets more in depth. But this has had the beginnings of how you start to see this manipulative, toxic behavior just because they didn't have their way. Um, Starting the web, you see it all start to unfold there. Nothing, correct me if I'm wrong by any means, but nothing I did there was inappropriate. I said perfect timing, communication seemed fine. And yet you still have the shit starting. And this is what the manipulative people do. You can hand them $1 million and they'll complain about how you give it to them. Nothing you ever do is good enough, and any opportunity for them to start shit, they'll take. So then this conversation continued on of basically I was just saying this is ridiculous. Well, like really, there's nothing I've done that's crazy here. Just come and get it. I'll leave it outside tomorrow morning when I go to work. All you have to do is come by, pick it up after you drop the kids off at school. It's no big deal. But no, that's not good enough. Then this person freaks out and starts bitching about, well, fuck it, I don't want it anyway. Keep it. I don't even want it. This is the last time I deal with you. You're a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. And so I'm going to go ahead and call the prediction on this. Is there's more people involved in this group than just person X and this individual. So she is going to start a smear campaign with the other individuals too about how Nick is such a giant asshole and was holding the gifts ransom, because I was at work. And I'm going to go ahead and call out the prediction two here, and I'll give you all an update on this when it happens because I know I'm going to be so fucking annoyed. I'm going to have to. Um, this person is going to go to other parties and say Nick is hurting the kids. Now, why is Nick hurting the kids? Because she didn't get her way. The hypocrisy, the idiocracy here is that she, in and of herself, in her own laziness and her own hubris, and her own ego, is preventing the kids from getting their gift. If she had just worked together like normal human and gone with other people's schedule and understand that other people have schedules and other people have shit to do, I can't just drop everything like I've said a million times. Then the kids would have their gifts tomorrow morning and there would be no problem whatsoever. But because of her ego, because of the way she wanted everything to go her way, and mixed with the sheer laziness of not being able to drive a quarter mile just to come pick them up, the kids will suffer. But this will be twisted. Know that the toxic individual will twist this against you, and it will be twisted against me about Nick is hurting the kids. He's holding the gifts ransom, and he's such a piece of shit, and y'all shouldn't associate with him because he's so evil. How dare he hurt the kids? This is the kind of lie that will be made up here, and I'm calling it before it even happens. There's already been one lie about she came by to get it and I wasn't here and she waited for an hour. We've already debunked that one. So we'll see what happens here. But this is the kind of crazy making shit that these people will do. As you saw through that whole conversation, there's absolutely nothing that I did abnormal. I could have had the exact same conversation with a buddy of mine, and he'd be like, "Okay, yeah, leave it outside. I'll swing by tomorrow morning when I have a chance." Cool. And he'd be like, "All right, thanks, buddy," and I'd be like, "Yeah, cool, man, no problem." In the conversation. But because of their need for control, their need for drama, their need for everybody to bend to their will, this is the kind of shit that comes of it. Now, granted, towards the end, I was provoking intentionally to see what would happen, but this is the kind of there's no reason that this couldn't have been a cordial, educated, normal conversation, normal scheduling to where you just come and pick it up. But no, you want to bitch and complain and make every step of the way a complicated procedure. This is why people call it crazy making, because you sit here and you're wondering what the fuck is going on. Like, how in the hell has this become a shit show over the fact just swinging by my place a quarter mile away to pick something up from my front door? How has this become a shit show? But alas, with a toxic individual, it does become that. So you guys, you tell me what you think. Did I make unreasonable demands or comments? Was I not fair with anything? Have you experienced this before yourself? I mean, it is truly, truly, truly crazy, crazy stuff. And I guess if I can figure out how to work this, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Let me know what you think.